Hi, I'm Ramez, and I'm going to be talking about Lyme disease today. Lyme disease is caused by a bacteria known as Borrelia burgdorferi, and it's transmitted through the bite of infected ticks, usually black-legged ticks. A little bit about the history. In 1970s, there were these kids. They got rheumatoid arthritis right before they had a rash, and it's pretty unusual for kids to have arthritis. So scientists took a look at this and they found that most of the children with arthritis lived and played near the woods, and they focused their attention on deer ticks. It was found that the symptoms started during the summer, which happens to be the height of tick season. It wasn't until mid 1970s when the scientists started describing the signs and symptoms of this new disease, and they called it Lyme disease. And it wasn't until 1981 when it was discovered that it was actually a bacteria that caused the disease. And the Dr. Burgdorferi, uh, did some tests and found this out. And then eventually the bacteria was named after him, Borrelia Burgdorferi. Classification and identification. The microbe is a prokaryote. I'm going to give you a list, show you a list of kingdom, phylum, order, family, genus, and species, because I can't pronounce most of it. It is a gram-negative bacteria, and you can use gram staining to identify it, the same gram staining techniques we've been using in lab. It has a helical shape with an inner and outer membrane, as well as flexible cell wall. It is 0.3 micrometers wide and 5 to 20 micrometers in length, usually. A little bit about the genetics. Consists of linear chromosome containing 900,000 base pairs with 853 genes coding for basic function. Also has 21 other linear and circular plasmids that add an additional 533,000 base pairs of DNA. Not important information for you guys, but you need to know that they do grow in 32 degrees Celsius, around that temperature, with a rich growth medium for its nutrients. These ticks can't infect humans unless they've been attached for 36 to 48 hours. And most humans are infected through the bites of immature ticks called nymphs, which are a lot smaller than adult male and female ticks, about 2 millimeters wide. So they're really hard to see. And these ticks are hard to find because they attach to hard to see areas, so like the groin, armpit, scalp. So adult ticks are actually less commonly transmit the disease because they can be seen and removed before they transmit the bacteria. Early symptoms of this disease are skin rash, chills, fever, headache, stiff neck, muscle pain, swollen lymph nodes, and then late symptoms: paralysis or weakness in facial muscles, swelling or pain in large joints, skipped heartbeats, abnormal muscle movement, numbness and tingling, problems with memory or concentration. If the disease is left untreated, it can lead to serious health problems. But this disease is not life-threatening. There are 329,000 estimated cases each year in the US. 30,000 each year are reported to CDC, and the CDC estimates 34 cases per hour. This bacteria does do direct damage on cell tissues. It doesn't release toxins like other bacteria. To avoid the immune system, it does a bunch of things. It has a saliva coat to protect it as it enters the body and hides it from the immune system. The flagellum propels the organism and moves it pretty quickly through the body tissues and thick mucus, which usually stops bacteria from moving, and it makes it hard for the immune system to catch this bacteria. And this bacteria also can alter its outer membrane, change the proteins in its outer cell wall, so the immune system can't easily recognize this bacteria. And then there are biofilms that allow it to endure harsh conditions, which are the antibodies of the body. So it can be hard to get rid of this bacteria sometimes. But they can be killed with antibiotics or starved of manganese. A lot of bacteria, they like iron, and they use iron to survive. This bacteria uses manganese. And after they're killed, they can be flushed out of the system. So for the defenses, like I said before, you can use antibiotics. Lyme disease is rarely life-threatening, but the immune system can only do so much. If the immune system is always relied on, it will cause a lot of inflammation, a lot of symptoms that are unwanted. And to prevent Lyme disease, it's pretty simple. Just use insect repellent, avoid tick-infested areas, perform tick checks, shower often. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for your time. It's the end of my presentation. Have a good one.